Danni Hewson, Head of Financial Analysis at AJBell. Good morning, Danni. Economists predicted this, but is it really good news?
Laypersons, Danni, laypersons. We're all confused, love.
Yeah, it is good news. We were expecting 3.5%. Remember, it held firm at 4% last month, which sort of set things on a bit of a wobble, with lots of people maybe thinking that interest rates, those crucial Bank of England rates, might not fall as far and as fast as we had been thinking. So yeah, 3.4%. It is the lowest level in over 2 years. Food is down to just 5%, which when you're doing your shopping will be incredibly welcome. And just think back to where we were last year. Inflation 10.1%. Food inflation was at 18% because of those salad shortages when we would go and there were no peppers and lettuce on the shelves. So it is good news, but it is unlikely to make any difference to the Bank of England's decision when they meet tomorrow to discuss interest rates.
I always love having you on because you do put it in laypersons. So just throw this at you. Jeremy Hunt has just said in response to those figures, you'll be able to understand this. Inflation data sets the scene for better economic conditions, which I think is an interesting word, which could allow further progress on our ambition to boost growth. A bit too little, too late. I'm not asking you to be political, but this entire Tory government, certainly the last 2 years, has been about bringing inflation down. Let's tick the box. It's gone from 10.1 to 3.4. But people up and down the country watching this and listening to this are going, that's well and good. We've made all these sacrifices. I still don't feel I've got more in my pocket. So actually, probably good long term. And again, without getting political, I suspect the next government will benefit from this more than the present one, right?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of growth, usually it's interest rate cuts which stimulate growth, and we're a little way away from that yet, although market expectation is now for 3 interest rate cuts by the end of the year, taking us from 5.2% to 4.5%. But you're right. I mean, people, they feel worse off. We've had some survey notes out from which suggests that while 25% of people think that they will financially get better over the course of this year, a third thinks things are still going to get worse. You know, we've got 1.7 million households coming off those fixed interest rates, which are going to make their mortgage payments higher. They were ultra low levels. Whatever happens to rates over this year, they're still going to be paying a lot more. We know renters as well are also struggling. A lot of people robbing from Peter to pay Paul. You know, they've got to cover these increased housing costs, so they're having to maybe not pay one of their bills or try and rearrange some payments. They've gone through savings, they've sold stuff, and they are still not making ends meet.
Danni, can you put it in simple terms for us? Will this affect in any way people's weekly shop? Will we see any prices of products going down? I understand inflation is still rising, but will it lead to any supermarkets perhaps offering discounts on everyday essentials?
I haven't had a chance to go through all the figures yet to find out exactly where things are falling, but we do know that supermarkets have been really focusing in on regaining market share from those discounters. So while we are talking about the fact that overall prices are still rising at 5%, one of the reasons for that is that some prices on our weekly shop are coming down. We, of course, saw the issues when Russia invaded Ukraine, particularly on things like those salad oils and grains. Those are slowly finding some kind of level. So things are getting better for people when they do their weekly shop. They should hopefully start to feel the benefit of those national insurance cuts, the additional 2% in their April pay packet. And crucially, energy prices also due to fall in April. Remember, energy, although they have come down, at the moment we're still paying slightly more than we were this time last year because we haven't got that government help. So while things have been getting better in terms of inflation, people just really haven't felt any better off. Hopefully, in the next couple of months, that will start to change and people will start to feel that when they're doing their shop, they've got a few pennies left over at the end of it.
Well,
amazing.
Thank you so much to Danni Hewson.